A warm welcome to every one of you from Harmony House Meditation Center, Kuwait, and Bahrain Meditation Center, Bahrain. Harmony House is a meditation space in Kuwait. It facilitates one to connect with the inner self and find the treasures of peace, love, happiness, power, wisdom, purity, bliss, and many more. This is Chandrabhanu, an oil well drilling engineer associated with Harmony House, Kuwait. Fear is an important emotion. Somebody says it's necessary. Is it so? So is also courage or fearlessness. Today, the world is having the war, calamities, pandemics, economic upheavals. Fear is in the air. Someone says fear is F-E-A-R, means forget everything and run. Forget everything and run. Or face everything and rise. Which one is this? And is it necessary? Is the fear necessary to bring in some discipline? Or is it a tool to increase the efficiency? Someone is scared of darkness. Someone is scared of height. Someone is scared of public speaking, or someone is scared of love. Is it the darkness, or it is something in it? Are we in fear of the height or fear of falling? Are we fear of love or fear of being loved back, not being loved back? Or are we fear of the public speaking or the rejection by the people? Is the fear, like somebody says, F-E-A-R, means false evidence appearing real? In fact, we are extremely honored to have with us Miss Marta Matarin from all the way from Barcelona, Spain. She has started her spiritual journey from a tender age of only 14. She has worked in foreign trade, language. She is also a language expert. Human resources also she has worked. She has represented many national and international forums, conducted seminars, lectures in Europe, Latin America, and many parts of Europe, world. Well, she is also takes a lot of interest regarding the conservation of soil, sustainability, art science, human values, and spirituality. Just before we start on giving the floor to her, I will just inform all the participants that any questions you are having, you can put it into the chat box, and at the end of the discussion, we can have take it up as per the time availability one by one. Well, let's explore the topic, overcoming the fear.
Thank you. Thank you so much to Harmony House in Kuwait and to all of you for inviting me here to be with you today. And yes, I live in Barcelona, but just by chance today I am in Madrid. So from here, I'm with all of you. Talking about fear, I must confess that I had lots of fear, and I've got to know that fear is contagious. So if we see someone that is anxious or is experiencing any kind of fear, you may say, oh, what is there? What is happening? And nothing has happened yet, but that's imagination plays an enormous role in this topic. So I was thinking, when I see a boy or a girl, little boy having fear, what would I say to them? What would I do? So I think that what I would do is just embracing them, just letting them to come close to me so that I can express my love to them. So this is why I think that also love has an enormous role here in overcoming fear. I have a presentation for you. I will show you some slides, and at the end I would like that all of us have some reflections, some thoughts about the connection between love and fear, and how love allows us to feel more secure so that the fear is not there or is less there, less present in our life. So let me see if I can share this with you. I hope that you can see. Yes,
Yes.
can you see? Okay. Okay, so what is fear? Here we have a definition of fear. Fear is an emotion that emerges due to a real or supposed situation that limits people's sense of self-control and efficiency. And all this topic of wanting to control, and when situations that they may be real or they may not be real, but I suppose that certain things may happen, and that create that sense of fear to me. We'll be talking more about that later on. And also it's an apprehension someone has that something or something other than what one wishes will happen. So this is why that I've also discovered for myself that many times it's not that something is going to happen, but I think it may happen. And even if it happens or if it doesn't happen, but I already have that emotion in me. This is why it creates a feeling of slavery. It's a lack of freedom. I don't have freedom. I am not free when I am experiencing fear, right? And here we will have a list of things that we may be afraid of. And I'm sure that the list could be even longer. And some people have fear to some animals, right? Myself, I used to have fear, so much fear to dogs, you know. I couldn't just, I was walking by the street, if a dog would come on my direction, doing nothing to me. But this fear would just come up. Okay. So also some people have fear of traveling by plane, of height, crowd, closed spaces, right? Also to speak in public. This is a huge fear for many people also. To failure, to defeat, yes, to the feeling of loss, to the unknown. And I think that this fear covers all the other fears. Because whenever we have fear of something, of speaking in public or failure or loss, or we don't know what will happen later on. So this could just cover all the other fears. Also to succeed in life. Once I was in a lecture talking about the fear of failure, and someone in the public said to me, also fear of success. That was the first time I heard that. And then that person said to me, yes, because if you achieve success, you may lose it. So the fear to keep the same level of success always, it creates this type of fear. And also I want to mention that in the introduction, it was very true that fear may be needed. If we didn't know that the fear burns, then perhaps we would try to play with it. So to have this kind of respect of certain things, it's helpful. But I'm talking of that emotion that blocks us, that emotion that doesn't allow our mind to have clear thoughts of what I want to do, what I don't want to do. When I am experiencing fear, it's a kind of paralysis. I don't know what to do. We'll see more about this later on. Also to others' opinion. Are you afraid of others' opinion? Sometimes you think, oh, what that will happen, what that will think of me if I express this. So also, and to love, fear to love means if someone has had a bad experience in life, like the mother didn't love her or didn't love him, or then there is like a kind of a rejection. If I feel so close to someone, perhaps that one will also leave me like this other one did to me, you know. So also some people may be afraid of loving for what may happen if perhaps I open myself too much, or what will happen with that connection with that person. So I'm changing of a slide. I don't know if you can see this or if Pavitra, is okay? Fear of authority. If someone has a strong personality, I may be afraid of that person. Fear of change. Yes, I have to change. I'm changing my job, or I'm changing my city of living. Then this, what will happen again? Of being wrong, right? The fear of being wrong, of making mistakes. Some people don't want to take responsibility in case if I make mistakes, perhaps others will not feel comfortable being with me anymore. Of loneliness, of physical suffering, of aging. This is also a big fear for many people. Oh, I'm getting old. Who will take care of me? Or if I become ill, and this is a big one also, fear of death, right? So many fears. So what is the cause of that fear? So ignorance. Yes, ignorance is the mother of fear. I may not know the intentions of another person. Of, yes, it may be a fear because I lack some preparation. According to the situation, I may not have studied properly for an exam. Then I have fear, but there is a cause of that fear. Lack of clear knowledge on how to avoid or recognize things that may harm me. So there are different causes of fear, like insecurity. I don't believe in me. So this insecurity, it's there. This is why I don't believe in me, or perhaps it's a lack of trust also. Yes, when there is mistrust, when I'm not able to be open, to open myself, to express the difficulties I may have in a particular situation. So again, there is a need of being acknowledged, right? There is a need of being acknowledged. And for many people, this is very important, to be appreciated, to be valued, right? All of us, we like that people come and say, hello, it was very good of you, I am very proud of you. And when there is not that appreciation, I may have fear of thinking, or others may not have liked this, what will happen? When there is lack of honesty. I am not honest, I'm not being honest, I'm hiding something to you. Then I have fear, perhaps that person gets to know about it. So lack of honesty. Past experiences. Of course, we all have our past experiences. If something has gone wrong, I may fear that it happens again in the future. Or ego, you know, I know everything. I know that I have lots of expertise in this, but then I have this fear that if it doesn't go, if I don't have the results that I could have had, or attachments, dependencies, we will see afterwards how when I need a sense of security, I need many things to have this sense of security. I have many attachments and the habit of seeing the situations and people in a negative way. If I see everything like it's difficult, I don't know, then there is this fear again. And the teachings we receive, the conditionings that we receive, all these are the causes of our fear and worry. To make a small thing big. I worry because of this, I worry because of that, but you don't know, just feel free, be open, let's see what will happen, right? So, what happens? What are the consequences of having fear? So is it possible to experience fear and at the same time to have positive thoughts? I don't think so. I am concerned about others' opinions. What will this person think of me, right? Feelings of sorrow, loss of hope, paranoia. I believe that others have a negative vision on me, and perhaps it's not like that, but I create all this. So there are doubts and insecurities. And I try to defend. This is very common again. I try to defend, I try to protect myself, and nothing has happened yet. But this attitude of having a defensive attitude, and fear invokes violence. I want to protect myself. So only this is also, it may be a subtle or not so subtle violence. So personal development is blocked. There is no self-esteem. So I'm not aware of it, but I may be the cause of not growing internally because I don't have self-esteem. And what can I do? What can I do to be free from fear? Because I need to try to change certain thoughts, to try to change certain attitudes. Like I need to understand my fears. Okay, I may have fear of talking in front of a public, but don't reject that, face that. And do you know what I like doing? I like doing things that I know that I've been afraid of. Because if I say, no, I don't do this because I'm afraid of that situation. So I was telling you before that I had panic, not only fear, but panic of dogs, right? So I forced myself to come closer to a dog. And I've never embraced one yet. But I've put myself into the situation of overcoming that. Because it's easier. It may seem it's easier to say, okay, I have this fear. I don't want to go into that domain, right? Because that's not pleasant for me. So better I escape. But then I'm not going to overcome that. So it's important to recognize not only the fears, but what are the causes of that fear? Why is it? Because I had a bad experience in my childhood, because it's a way of being defensive. There are different types, right, of recognition of that fear. I need to live in the present. We keep saying this every now and then because it's so important. If I say, okay, I don't know what will happen in the future, I don't know what will happen next week, let's see, I don't know, and this, it's again this fear that comes. So just try to live in the present and be honest, be sincere, and also do whatever is right. This is right, then why should I be afraid of? And avoid assumptions, avoid imagination. Try to have this open mind, an open heart of welcoming whatever is there, whatever is going to happen, right? So again, some more. Like also it will help me to have determination, to say, okay, I know that I am afraid, for example, to authority, to those people that have a position of authority or that speak with certain authority. But I want to overcome that. I don't want that. That follows me like a shadow all my life. Because if I don't face something today, in another way, that same pattern of situation will keep coming in front of me, so that I have the chance to change that. If not, I will always have that feeling of failure. I was not successful when that happened, but still I have the same level of thoughts. So it's important to have an aim, to have determination, and being aware of my spiritual being, right? Being aware that that I don't possess anything. Do you possess something? I may use a car. I may use the house where I live, and I am happy in the house that I live, right? But I don't possess anything. When there is this feeling of possession, of possessing something, then there is also the fear of losing that. When I am afraid of losing, what I feel inside is insecurity. But on the other hand, if I think that, okay, I don't possess anything, because I don't possess anything, I can't lose anything because I don't possess that. And there is a sense of security. And this is important. This is like a false belief that we've had for many years, that I possess things, not only things, but people. And this is really dangerous. To think that because I am the mother or the father of someone, then I have certain rights toward that person, right? Or if something happens to that one, because it's my, he or she is my daughter, my boy, something may happen to that person, then what? I am afraid, right? But that person is a person that can take their own decisions. Everyone can take their own decisions. Then why do I want that everyone follows what I would follow? So because if they are not doing it, then I may be afraid what will happen. But again, if I'm aware of my spiritual being, I will also be aware that everyone is a free being. So remove also, this is also very useful, to remove the reasons that create violence in me, such as reacting to others, wanting to control situations. I can't control the situations. But what I can do is to decide, how do I want to relate to the situations that I have in front of me? But I can't control the situations. So to reach to that level of understanding that, yes, I don't want to create any violence, like I don't accept this, I don't accept that, all this, even if it's on the level of the thoughts, it's violence. Also, vision of equality will help me to overcome fear, building respect for everyone, having respect for the difference of opinions. We may agree that we disagree, right? But this doesn't, it's okay. I will keep loving that person, even if that person doesn't think of me, because I will not see that one as a threat, but as someone that has a different opinion from me, from the one I have. So in this way, as I was saying, nothing is a threat, right? Okay, let's move on a little bit more. Like this, what is happening with this PowerPoint? It's the first time that this happens to me. So I could say, okay, what is happening? I don't know. But well, what can I do? Today it's like this, and I hope that you can see something. But if I say, oh, now what? this would block me, right? So, okay, today is like this. It should have been different, but it's like this. So, okay, let's flow. Also, this attitude of allowing this flow to happen with situations that I can't control will help me. So to overcome fear, it's very useful, and for me this has been very, very good since I started long back, is to have some moments of reflection every day. Some moments to meditate, some moments to move into silence, to just avoid any sound. And I'm not saying around, because nowadays it's quite difficult to find a silent place, although we may find it. But especially I'm talking about that silence inside. You know, when you are aware that there are many thoughts, okay, now I want my mind to be more silent. I want myself to have this harmony, to have a balanced life. Why? Because only then I will be able to see more clearly, and I will be able to get rid of many of these emotions that are blocking me, like fear, for example. So meditate is the way that I've experienced that I can move into silence, I can strengthen the self, I can find some clarity. I can achieve this inner balance, harmony. And also the desire to transform something that is giving me some pain. When there is fear, there is pain. It's not possible that there is fear and there is no pain. So if at least I have that understanding that, okay, this is what's happening to me. I may not have transformed it yet, but I have this strong desire, good desire to transform that. So I need to understand the causes. Why is it that that is interfering in my inner balance, for example? So understanding, acknowledging, and then I will want to change that habit. And whenever I see that habit coming again towards me, I say, okay, after this, there will be fear. After this, so this being active inside. Today, I want to change this. For example, I'm having a meeting today with someone with whom I had a bad experience for any reason. So I may be afraid. No, I'm meeting that person. Oh, I would prefer not to meet that one. Why another one is not coming instead of him or her? So, but no, why not? Why I don't give the chance to the other to be different? Perhaps it's only myself that still I have that thought in my mind. But so I visualize, I see myself having that habit, then I propose, okay, I'm going to change this. When I see this person today, I will have a different point of view. I will have changed my thoughts towards that person before that meeting happens. At least let's try it. Let's have an open attitude towards the different situations. That may be a test for us. So as I was saying, why is it that love is so important? I find it so important to travel from fear to another way of living, such as a loving nature. It's impossible to be loving and to be afraid of something. Can you experience both at the same time? I don't think so. So love is giving, is sharing, is having a compassionate attitude. Love is to give the best of yourself, not feeling that I've lost something. No, just give the best of yourself and try to connect with others from that inner love that is there within you. So here there is a reflection for you. do I love myself? Really, if I talk to myself, do I love myself? And what is great about me? What do I value the most in me? I come from a culture, I don't know about you, but at least for me here, it is in some families still, but more before. It was seen that to have to speak good about oneself was arrogance, right? To say, oh, what I value more about me, it was, oh, this person has lots of arrogance. What is great about me? Why can't we not talk about the good things in ourselves? Because then, only then, we would be able to value as we are. And when I value myself, it's much, much easier to value you. So what is great about me? Do I love myself? And every day when you see yourself in front of a mirror at the beginning of the day, ask that one, how are you? Right? Ask yourself, how are you? And if something is there, just be open with yourself. Because also there is this tendency of hiding, even hiding things for me. Because I don't want to see that, so let's carry on. Here it's very common to say this, oh, I don't want to think about that. Just let's carry on. Like, okay, there is an unsolved situation, no problem, let's keep going. But I'm not realizing that this is not good at all. It's good to say, okay, I want to see why is this creating so much feeling of not a good feeling or pleasant feeling. Why is there that feeling? So only then I will be able to have this conversation with myself. I'm quite a reflexive person, and I like writing like in a diary, and saying, okay, this has happened today. Perhaps I should have answered in a different way, or why is it that this fear still keeps coming again and again? Why I'm not transforming this? But it's good to know, like I was saying before, it's good to acknowledge, so that only then I can change. And to create this loving nature for oneself is really important. I was saying how if a little boy, little girl is afraid and just runs to his or her parents, what would that child want? Just a hug. Just a hug, feel loved, and then that child would come down. So even we are adults, but we need a bit of that, or a bit more than that. So love yourself, okay? Are you ready for a positive change? Because I may need to change something. Are you ready for that positive change? And for that, I would suggest certain things here. Cultivate silence. Spend some moments every day in silence, just with you. And then don't speak waste. We speak too much. Well, I don't know you, but in this part of the world, it's like blah, blah, blah. Let go. Let go, even to the level of thoughts. Let be and let go, right? See your life as a game. Sorry. Sense of humor is also very useful, right? To see everything as a game, don't take things so seriously. Try to listen to your inner voice. That voice is always there, available for you. Try to accept, don't resist, don't create resistance. Know yourself. You cannot live in reality if you don't know who you are. I think that this is really, really important. And everything comes and goes, and there is nothing that stays forever. Even the people around us, it's not always the same people, right? Some people come, some people go for different reasons, that they may come, they may go. Okay, so I cannot, again, I can just not feel secure if that person is next to me. The only person that is there for me 24 hours, it's myself. Everything comes and goes, and things are there to be used, but not possessed. Nothing is mine. Then if nothing is mine, there is nothing I can lose, there is no fear, and there is a sense of security. So enjoy loving yourself. And when you enjoy loving yourself, again, it's not possible that you enjoy this experience and you are afraid of something. So try to have some reflection with yourself. Try to write something so that you can keep thinking about these reflections. This is what I had prepared for you. And I am sorry that this couldn't be more, couldn't move more smoothly. I don't know what happened, but I hope that the ideas are clear, and I am happy that later on you can ask some questions, or you may want to add something.
Well, I think, Marta, we do have a couple of questions. We'll take one by one some questions, and through the YouTube as well. One question, it goes like this: what are other emotions that fall under the umbrella of fear? We have three questions actually. In this one, I'll separate it out. What are other emotions that fall under the umbrella of fear?
Yes, when there is fear, there are many other emotions or attitudes that are there together with fear. When there is fear, there is anxiety, there is impatience. It's not an emotion as such, but yes, there are some other attitudes connected with that fear. I'm saying fear, but it may be panic, it can be a fear big like this, it can be something very small, but still that emotion is there. And when there is fear, there is sadness. It's different, but again, it's this unhappiness that is there. So if I want to be happy, if I want to love myself, if I want to create, to have a life full of balance, of harmony, then if I have that option, why is it that I keep sustaining that emotion such as fear?
Okay, that's next one is how to distinguish between fear and danger.
Right, very good question. How to distinguish between fear and danger? There are certain types of danger. I mean, it's not that, okay, because I love myself, I can be exposed to anything. It's not like that. I need to see that, okay, this may harm me, so let me protect. But let me protect without having that emotion of fear that will block all the discernment to decide what to do in that moment. Because I don't know about you, but when I am experiencing fear, I don't know at all what to do. And it may be something very easy, and someone, later on will come to me and say, oh, what can I do in this situation? And I could say, okay, I would do this, I would do that. Have you seen this doctor? Have you seen that other thing? You know, you have plenty of options. But when something happens to you, then it's like that is blocking you. So yeah, but I don't want to escape the question that relates to danger. So, okay, I need to see that there are some situations that it's not that, okay, I am peaceful because I meditate, so everything will be fine, everything will be fine. No, I need to protect my integrity. And if I can help others to protect their integrity also, it's good. To see the reality is not that, for example, some people misunderstand to be positive. Some people say that, okay, but if you are so positive, then you are not realistic. And for me, it's, okay, I see the reality, but I want to have creativity in the sense that I want to create those thoughts that will help me in case of danger. So it's not that I would leave the door of my house open because everything will be fine, no problem. No, there is possibility of danger, right? So let me be cautious. Let me protect myself and my family.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, the third question is related, to you have already explained. You have already explained that with practical examples how to discern between the fear and danger. With practical example, you have already discussed that. Another question is how to overcome some childhood fear with some practical steps, please.
Yes. Well, I've explained this situation with the dog, right? I have another example to share with you, which is to talk in front of an audience, not audience, but I was very little when, and I was very good at studies, and apparently there shouldn't be any fear at all. But to talk in front of a group of 3 or 4 people, that was, sometimes I even couldn't sleep at night if I had an exam the next day, for example, an oral exam, that I had to explain something in front of a group, even if they were my friends. So that created so much anxiety inside and a sense of not being able to do something once. I thought, okay, if you forget, what will happen? If you forget what I have to say, what will happen? I said, nothing. Nothing. So that was good for me in the sense that I could be free, more free of that thought. But later on, I had to give talks in front of different numbers of people, many sometimes. And again, that fear was coming. What will do? What will happen? And then I thought, okay, let me think that they are my family. Let me imagine that they are my brothers and sisters. Let me just share what I have to share with them. And I don't want to think if they will be happy with it or not, they will reject me or they will accept me. All those thoughts were created by my mind because of lack of self-esteem. It was not the act itself. It was something below. So, and I think that this has to do with many different types of fear. If I am secure, if I have more security inside, and why not in meditation, try to connect with the one above. Like, let's try to have some moments of silence to strengthen, really to have that belief that, because I may have some other false beliefs, that others will appreciate me, only will appreciate me for what I have, for what I do, instead of thinking that what is really more valuable is this close connection with me and to feel secure. And I appreciate this so much. So for me, this has been like different steps that I've done in my life. For example, the fear of dying. The first relative that died, I was already quite grown up. But since I was very little, everyone was saying, this one has died, this one. So it was like, oh, what happens, you know? But then again, if I want everyone to be free, everyone has their own destination, everyone has their own journey, I cannot control all these things. And I understand that there are many other fears behind this. What will happen without mom or dad or this, you know? But for me, it's important, let be and let go. And just let go, let go, let go. And then there is no that sense of wanting to control, to possess. Because when there is this fear, there is anger. When I want to control and I can't, there is different type of anger that some may express that anger speaking quite loudly or screaming or breaking things, or you know. But there are many other ways of subtle anger, like impatience. I discovered myself that when I was being impatient, I was not accepting reality. And I was like wanting to react, although perhaps I would not express that. But that impatience is also a subtle form of anger because of fear of losing something again.
Well, that's really, there are a couple of questions also you have answered in between. There are questions like, there was a question, what's the link between the fear and anger? And will you like to go a little bit in it, try to explain the link, if you please?
Yes, I was sharing before this tendency of defending attitudes. If there is fear, I would want to protect myself. When I say myself or my family. And so I would try to defend of something. And when I am defending, I may react. Again, I may not see reaction as a form of anger, but of course it is. I like changing this expression. One thing is to react, one thing is to respond. If I express myself saying, okay, I may not agree with this, but let me explain why, and being open, I try to explain myself, not with anger, but wanting to express my opinion, for example. And for me, that is to respond rather than to react. In reacting, there is fear. This is why I'm reacting. If I am not being threatened, then I don't need to react in that way. But because I see things as things that come to create like an opposition to me, I may see that. It may not be like that, you know. It's fine if you say, okay, have you seen that person? That person came with that attitude, and the other say, oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't see that. That the situation was the same. What is it inside you that allows you to have that tendency of defending yourself? And when you do that, it may be expressed or not, but also again, that's anger, or that's violence. There are different levels of violence, even to the level of thoughts. So when I go inside and I see that those type of thoughts are blocking me, why not to have a more loving nature? And I'm doing this because it's like embracing myself, you know. It's like, okay, let's have another way of responding to things that keep happening and will keep happening. I mean, things will keep happening, but how secure, how strong I am inside to have resources. And we all have inner resources. We all have them. Do I acknowledge them? They are there. They are inside.
Another interesting question, Marta. How can we overcome the fear of losing a person who is very close to you? Mm-hmm. Is there any practical experience?
And this is, you know, and we say, but this is very human, right? That, okay, yeah. That was, we had so many good conversations, or like my granddad, my grandma, or some, anyone actually. But then that person, for any reason, leaves this world, dies. And then, but if I am, for example, if someone is having a severe illness and then that person goes, so isn't that a way to become free from that illness? So, okay, but I want that person to be with me. But do I understand that I don't possess anyone? That we are all free beings and everyone has their own journey. And to say just this, it may say, okay, yes, in theory, I understand this, but then the practice is something different. So even when we have our relatives with us, it's good to visualize every one of them saying, okay, this one came alone and will go back alone. I came alone and I will go back alone. I will not go back with all my family together. I will go back alone, right? So I don't possess anyone. And there is a click here saying, okay, let's change that into a sense of gratitude. I feel gratitude and I thank the highest energy, saying that, okay, I am so proud that I could live with such and such a person. Thank you for having had the chance to meet this person and so that I could be part of that person's life. Only this is changing the attitude around, because I can't control the situations, but I can control how do I want to relate with the situation that is happening. I know that this is one of the biggest laws, right? I understand.
Yeah. Another interesting question, actually, it's someone is just inquiring if due to some actions in the previous births, if there is some hidden fear which is embedded in you, and how to find out that and how to overcome it, if you have. Very briefly, we are running shortage of time.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's possible, because sometimes it's irrational, the types of fears we may have. And who knows if that fear comes from previous experiences, if we understand that the soul is eternal, and I don't know what has happened before, So yes, there are many very rooted tendencies in the self that may express in different ways. But again, if something is there, I may say, okay, I am like this. I have this fear. Like, don't try to change me. But do I feel comfortable with it? Even if whenever it was created, that fear, that's not a problem. Whenever it was created. But do I feel comfortable with that? Why I don't give me some time to reflect on that and to try to change that? Because then I would be more happy, more content. And I would be able to share my experiences of how I've overcome that particular fear to some other people that may have that same experience. And I'm not saying that we change completely, but if we see the growth in us, okay, before it was impossible to talk in front of a group of people. Now it's okay, and then it will be more okay. So let's give us some inner homework to do to change this type of emotions.
That's a really nice discussion. Really appreciated, Marta. It was so in details also. We are almost reaching to the end of. I'll just take a last question, Marta. Somebody is just asking a question. Of course, you have answered in a different way. That's regarding the fire, which is a danger, and you have the fear. So how to just stay safe but not in fear. Briefly, please.
It's important this because yes, we may want to protect us, but being serene and calm. If I keep myself serene and calm, then I will protect myself from any danger, but I will not have fear. It's important. It's also very important, this question, because I may think, okay, because there is this situation, then no, I may take some precautions, but from a serene inner attitude. And then other people that may be around will feel protected. I think that this is important because when we feel better, we also allow others to feel secure when they are with us. So when I want to be more, have a more balanced life, more content life, it's not only because of me, because I just want to be happy and that's it. No, no, no. It's because when I have that sense of inner security, I may share that with others, and others will be so good with me. And then they will also get some inspiration in the same way that I get inspiration from people that I've learned from. In the same way, others would also get some inspiration from me. Why not? So this is a topic that we would keep sharing and sharing. But yes, I think that there is some time for meditation.
Yes. Yes, we shall have a short meditation. And then we'll close it up.
Okay, okay, good. So let's enjoy these moments. Let me just go within to that sacred space within, space where there are no fears, space of security, because of accepting and acknowledging that there is peace in me. Actually, I am a peaceful being, a loving being. And when I allow my thoughts to be more positive, but also full of love and compassion, then all the energy around me changes. And I feel balanced. I feel secure. There is nothing I have to defend myself from. I just let be and let go. Nothing is forever. Things come and go. Situations come and go. But what is there forever is this sacred space within me, knowing that I am a peaceful being. And I connect with the one above that is giving me extra power, extra peace and love. And this extra energy is allowing me to really appreciate the being I am and feel gratitude for everything. Gratitude for giving some time every day for myself to keep strengthening this close connection with the being I am. And then, when I will see others, I will see them as peaceful beings also. I will appreciate them. will love them in the same way. I love myself. I love silence. So let's just hold this feeling for a moment. Oh, Shanti. Wherever I am, with whomever I am,
Om Shanti.
I will remember I am a peaceful being. Thank you.
That's really very nice short meditation as well, with a lot of feelings of love and gratitude. Well, many thanks to each and every one of you, all the participants making it very successful. My heartfelt thanks as well as gratitude to Miss Marta, giving time, despite her busy schedule, giving time for this webinar. And also many thanks to Bahrain Meditation Center, especially to Dr. Salwa. And many thanks to technical team, which is behind this arrangements. Thanks to Zoom and YouTube as well for carrying it out very successfully. And hopefully we will again gather around and explore many more similar interesting topics in near future. Keep in touch.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.